You walk into the kitchen, stop dead at the fridge, and your brain just blanks. Gone. Zero. You're standing there, door open, cold air hitting your face, and you have absolutely no idea why you came here. Like your mind just deleted the last 30 seconds of your life. This isn't a random brain fart. Scientists actually have a name for it, the doorway effect. And it's proof of something terrifying. Your brain isn't recording reality, it's faking it. Second by second, it's filling in gaps, making guesses, constructing a version of the world that feels real but isn't. And when that fake construction glitches, things get deeply disturbing. Stare at your own name long enough, and it stops looking real. Walk into your childhood home and feel like a complete stranger. Your brain calls it jamais vu. Scientists call it a malfunction. You'll call it the most unsettling thing you've ever felt. Today, we're exposing every dirty secret your brain has been hiding from you. Time warps, false memories, senses that lie. And by the end, you won't just question your mind. You'll question everything you've ever believed was real. The doorway effect. Let's start with a glitch you've definitely experienced. You walk through a doorway and immediately forget why you entered the room. Gone. Mission failed. Brain disconnected. Scientists actually have a name for this. It's called the doorway effect. Your brain treats locations like folders on a computer. When you move into a new environment, your brain creates a fresh mental chapter. Unfortunately, sometimes it closes the previous chapter too early, so the information you needed gets temporarily misplaced. It's not memory loss. It's basically your brain clicking next slide before reading the current one. This explains why people walk into rooms and immediately stand there like confused NPCs. If aliens were observing humans, they'd probably assume we reboot every time we pass through a doorway, when reality looks fake. Now let's get weirder. Most people know about déjà vu. That's when something new feels strangely familiar. But there's an evil twin, jamais vu, and it's terrifying. Jamais vu happens when something familiar suddenly feels completely unfamiliar. Imagine looking at your own name. You've written it thousands of times. Then suddenly, it starts looking wrong. Like it belongs to somebody else. Try writing any word 20 times in a row. Pizza, 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 pizza. Eventually, your brain starts questioning reality. The word stops feeling like a word. It becomes weird symbols. Then your brain basically says, "Hold on, what even is a pizza?" And honestly, that's a dangerous question. America runs on pizza. Scientists think this happens because your brain becomes overloaded with repetition. The recognition system temporarily short-circuits, and for a few seconds, reality feels fake. The name repeat glitch. Speaking of words becoming weird, try saying your own name repeatedly. Seriously, your first name, over and over, fast. After about 30 seconds, something bizarre happens. Your name starts sounding ridiculous, almost alien. The sound disconnects from its meaning. Your brain stops processing it normally. Instead of hearing a meaningful label, you hear random noises. This is called semantic satiation, which sounds like a fancy disease caused by eating too much salad. But really, it's just your brain getting bored. Neurons become less responsive after repeated stimulation. The same signal keeps arriving. Eventually, the brain goes, yeah, I've seen this already, and temporarily tunes out. Your identity gets muted. For a moment, you become a stranger to yourself, which is a sentence no psychologist should ever say at a party. Why faces look wrong. Have you ever looked at somebody for too long? Not in a creepy way, hopefully, but maybe during a video call or while waiting in line. Suddenly their face starts looking strange, distorted, almost monster-like. There's actually a brain glitch for this. Researchers discovered that staring at a face continuously can cause your perception system to exaggerate tiny differences. Your brain relies heavily on contrast. When the same image stays present too long, your perception starts drifting. The face becomes warped. Features seem larger. Smiles become unsettling. Eyes become weird. Which explains why every driver's license photo eventually looks like evidence from a paranormal investigation. The scary part? Nothing changed. Only your perception changed. Your brain edited reality without asking permission. The phantom phone vibration. Now let's discuss modern human evolution, or whatever this is. You're sitting quietly. Suddenly, you feel your phone vibrate. You check. Nothing happened. No call. No message. No notification. just disappointment. Scientists call this phantom vibration syndrome, which sounds like a rejected superhero. The reason is surprisingly simple. Your brain is constantly predicting incoming information. It wants to be prepared. Sometimes it becomes too prepared. Tiny muscle movements, fabric rubbing, pressure changes. Your brain interprets them as phone notifications because your phone has become part of your environment, almost like an extra organ. Think about that. Humans evolved for millions of years, and now our brains hallucinate text messages. This is either progress or the funniest evolutionary mistake ever. Time travel without moving. Here's a glitch that's genuinely unsettling. Have you noticed how time speeds up as you get older? Summer vacation felt endless as a kid. Now a month disappears faster than a cookie at an office meeting. Your brain measures time partly through novelty. When you're young, everything is new. New schools, new experiences, new discoveries. Your brain records huge amounts of information. This creates the feeling of longer time periods. Adults experience more routine, less novelty, fewer unique memories. The brain compresses everything, and suddenly it's somehow October again. Nobody knows how. One moment it's New Year's. The next moment stores are selling Halloween decorations. Then Christmas. Then taxes. Then confusion. Then death. Okay, maybe not immediately, but still, the speed is concerning. False memories. Now we reach one of the creepiest glitches ever discovered. Your brain can create memories that never happened, and you might completely believe them. Researchers have repeatedly shown how easy it is to implant false memories. People can become convinced they experienced events that never occurred. Not because they're lying, because the brain reconstructed reality incorrectly. Memory isn't a recording. It's more like a movie remake. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it. Tiny changes sneak in. Details shift. Pieces get replaced. Eventually, the memory becomes less historical document and more director's cut. The disturbing part? You usually can't tell the difference, which means somewhere in your memory collection, there may already be events that never happened. Good luck sleeping with that information. The shadow people theory. Okay, time for speculation. Not science. Speculation. Let's make that clear. Because the internet is listening. Some people report seeing figures in their peripheral vision, dark shapes, human-like silhouettes, gone the moment they look directly. Scientists believe these experiences can result from the brain misinterpreting incomplete visual information. Peripheral vision isn't very detailed. Your brain fills in gaps, usually correctly, sometimes incorrectly. But here's the creepy thought. What if your brain constantly filters reality? What if you're only seeing a simplified version of the world, a compressed file, a survival mode interface, and occasionally, the filter glitches? Again, that's speculation. But the actual science is still fascinating. Your brain doesn't show you reality directly. It constructs a model, a useful approximation. You're not experiencing the world exactly as it is. You're experiencing your brain's best guess. And honestly, that's weird enough. The biggest glitch of all. Here's the strangest fact in this entire video. You have never experienced reality directly. Ever. Not once. Everything you see, hear, taste, touch is electrical activity inside your brain. Colors? Brain interpretation. Sounds? Brain interpretation. Smells? Brain interpretation. Reality arrives as signals. Your brain translates them, which means your entire experience of existence is basically happening inside a 3-pound biological prediction machine. A machine that occasionally forgets why it entered the kitchen. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. So next time you forget a task, see movement from the corner of your eye. Feel a phantom notification, or stare at a word until it stops looking real. Remember this. Your brain isn't broken. It's just doing millions of calculations every second. And occasionally, a few of them crash. Reality continues. The software panics, and you get a front row seat to the glitch. Which raises one final disturbing question. If all these brain bugs are the glitches we can notice, how many are happening right now? That we never notice at all? Anyway, if this video made you question reality, congratulations. Your brain is functioning normally. Probably. Subscribe to Reality Bugs for more scientific nightmares, weird psychology, and evidence that your brain may be the strangest thing in the universe. And remember, if you walk into another room and forget why you're there, the mission wasn't deleted. It's just loading.